say tomato or tornado? Oh.
Tornado.
Porque no los dos. Tomato tornado.
That's like salsa, basically, right?
Mm-hmm. In my head, that's what it's salsa.
We found the bard.
Isn't there a festival in Spain that's basically that, like once a year, where everybody throws tomatoes at each other and the
Yes.
whole town is just red
I think
for like a
so.
week?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Anyway, welcome back. We besides talking about tomato tornadoes, we do sometimes play D&D here. So happy
Sometimes.
Wednesday. So happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the Odoron campaign, our Wednesday campaign here at Roll Propelled Gamers.
That's what day it is.
Hump day!
Whoop,
Hump
whoop.
day!
Last week, God, it was really only a week ago. You guys ventured out of town for 2 days from where you had met in Rock Hall on your way to Rhienport. A companion of yours, who shall remain nameless, decided to eat some mushrooms, and things went a little sideways.
Sideways? I thought it was fun ways.
Both
You don't
ways?
have to leave any of us
Wait.
nameless.
Wait,
We were
that came out wrong.
there.
Before bringing it into a potion and then getting into a fight with bears in the woods. You all woke up, packed up, and hit the road again. About 2.5 days out from Rhienport. Once you guys start the cart down the path once again, the day is yours. What would you all like to do?
What was the weather going to be like for today?
It is overcast.
Yeah.
But seasonably warm. So not too bad for a fall travel day.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and people watch.
Rook's probably just going to drive the cart and be maybe uncharacteristically silent after her adventures the previous night.
Miss Rook is quite quiet. Should we say something to her?
I think she'll be fine.
I think you wouldn't ask that question unless you were about to, so why don't you go ahead?
Well, I don't know if it's rude or something.
Lucius, how many people have we killed together so far?
Well, let's see.
It was a rhetorical question. My point is, I think we're past that.
Oh well, still it's good to ask and consider these sorts of things, at least in my opinion. I don't know. Like, well, Miss Rook, are you?
Lucius starts talking about decorum, and Dietrich just shakes his head and then takes a piss off the side of the cart.
All right then. Well, I'm going. Fine, I'll ask Miss
In
Rook.
front of all 50 people.
Are
Yep.
takes a piss.
Gotta save time. Can't stop the cart. Every time someone has to go, there are 50 of us.
Miss Rook, are you doing all right there?
Last night was an adventure. I didn't sleep the greatest. There were so many bears in my dreams, and they were so many colors. I'm good.
I see. Yes, I will say that there were quite a number of bears. I am curious about uh you were saying that there were invisible bears. So I hope there's no invisible bears for you at the moment. Or Lucius is just like awkwardly like unsure how to push about. He's just like talking more and more, but he doesn't actually understand know when to stop asking the question.
I've been keeping an eye out, but I haven't seen any invisible bears yet
Oh,
today. I think we're good.
I agree. That would be it'd be most beneficial not to have such things.
We're
Henrietta's
definitely
gonna
okay now after last night, but we're definitely okay now. We're done.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good.
Henrietta's gonna let out a sigh, and she's just gonna say, "Some people throw the party," as she points, gestures to Dietrich, "and some people the party throws them," as she gestures to Rook. It's all
Hey,
part of nature.
hey, just because I'm small doesn't mean you can toss me around.
Henrietta, like looks down at herself and goes, "Yeah."
Look at the rest of the party. No tossing.
I don't think I could even pick you up.
I swear, the only person here who I've ever even considered tossing is our Dorgar friend.
I've thought about that as well. Well, and biting his head off.
Why? But why? You hear like muffled through his
You
like
really have to
his
ask
claw you
that.
have over his mouth.
I just said I've
Jasor,
thought about it.
well, Jasor, you did sign up to I don't know, guard kidnapped prisoners. You experimented on. You didn't experiment on them, but you definitely guarded the people that did. That you know,
Eh,
I always feel bad for you, Jasor, until I remember that.
kind of just looks up for a second at the
What?
sky and just kind of goes,
Why did you sign up for such a job? I'm curious.
Do you take the gag out of his mouth so he can actually like talk words, like full words?
Yeah,
instead of-
yeah.
yeah. Um,
Mhm.
um, you know, it wasn't the mines, and you got 3 meals and a bed. Like who wouldn't want that?
How old are you, Jasor? How old are you?
I don't know.
He's almost dead.
Oh no. I'm. It's a legitimate question. How old are you, Jasor? Come on.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You should know. You should know your own age, or at least an estimate.
I couldn't tell you. We don't, have a easy way of keeping track of time down underground.
Do you mind if I ask you another question, Jasor?
Sure.
You know that we're going to Rhienport, to
Yeah.
where all these refugees are from and where their families are waiting for them.
Yeah.
When we get there, what do you think we should do with you?
I don't know.
Do you feel bad?
If we go, this whole experience could go several different ways for you.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Um, I don't know. Turn me into an authority? I'll
And
answer
when the authorities
questions.
So you're going to talk to them and you're going to answer their
He'll
questions?
kind of like show like his shackles on his feet and legs already. Like, what choice do I have?
You always have a choice, Jasor.
I mean, yeah.
Just
Many
remember your
many in
actions have
your
consequences.
many in your situation would choose death rather than betray their people. I just want to know where your head's at.
I just want a meal and a bed.
How old do I think Jasor is, by the way? This is really critical for me because this is something Lucius would specifically ask. You know?
Age ain't nothing but a number, but in Lucius's case, it's a very, very large number.
Be quiet.
Make
Do
a
I need to do some kind of insight roll?
Make a general intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence +2, and 20.
Dirty 20.
Yep, dirty 20.
You know a little bit about dwarves and their aging process. They're considered young until they're about 50. So they're also very hard to pin an age on because they look mature at about 18 or 20 like a human would. So between 20 and 70 probably.
Can't just chop him in half and count the rings.
I mean, you could, but then you'd have to chop him in half.
That's real grim. Jesus Christ.
So, Jasor, when we get to Rhienport, the authorities may give you a pardon. They may let you live. Or they may sentence you to death. Or they may decide that you're not useful to them one way or the other, and they'll release you to our custody.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
I'm just saying that it's entirely dependent on you, and that you need to decide now what you are planning to tell them, how much you're planning to tell them, and how useful you think you could be.
I mean, I'll tell them what I know. I don't know more than what I know.
Good, because I'd hate to have to kill you.
Okay.
I don't.
Jasor?
I would like to kill him.
Yeah. Jasor?
Yeah,
I was kidding. I'd love to kill you.
I know.
Do you feel bad about what you did, Jasor?
I mean, in hindsight, yeah.
I kind of look towards the prisoners. Has this young dwarf beaten you? Has he taunted you? Done anything of the sort? This one in particular.
They kind of look at you and they just kind of like shake their head like no, side to side. You hear a couple go no. Like I don't know how well we've had this conversation before, but you know, we weren't the ones that were experimenting on the prisoners. We would just take them from point A to point B and make sure they didn't get out of the door.
And what did your other guardsmen say? What did they say? What were they thinking? What was their attitude about all this? About experimenting on innocent people?
I mean, I don't think that any of us and now they're dead. So I guess I don't think anymore. But I can't speak for them.
Surely, but they talked to you. You're not deaf, are you? Are you, Jasor? You're not deaf, are you?
Mostly didn't talk about it.
So you weren't the ones doing the evil things. You were just following orders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Most common excuse ever.
What a wonderful excuse. That's gone just incredibly well for everybody else in history who's tried to make it.
Wait. So if you guys ordered me to bite his head off, then I didn't really do anything evil. I just followed orders, right?
You just see him take like a really big gulp at that line, looking up at you like.
Dinosaur, tell me more about the Dwergar. Tell me more about how you think and how you feel, because all I've known from your kin is that you abduct innocent people, experiment on them, twist them into raging bestial things infected with mithril, and
So,
that's all I have, you know?
So obviously, we don't really learn good. Like, we don't get an education. We don't have, like, I don't know, but
That's or the word is education. Please use the word correctly.
Education.
Good. Good.
We don't have like a place where we go to learn things. You either have...
Is that an excuse? Is that an excuse to do bad things?
No, but like, so we didn't. I don't really know a lot of the history of how we got here. I do know that the dwarves, you know, kind of wrongfully thought they killed all of us or locked all of us underground that we'd never come back.
Mm-hmm.
You
So
know,
that gives you the right to start abducting. So no, that gives you the right. That gives you the right to suddenly.
Hey, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it gives us the right. But I'm
Young
saying,
man,
you know,
evil triumphs when good fails to do anything.
At that moment,
That is what you let.
At that moment, as soon as he says that quote, Dietrich just farts.
Is that really necessary, Dietrich? Is that really necessary?
Bad things happen when you keep that shit in.
Yeah, biologically, you can't hold it in forever.
I thought it was funny.
I always say better out than in.
But no.
So far in this stream, we've had quotes from Sir Edmund Burke and Shrek. This is going exactly the way I thought it would.
And the Nuremberg trials.
Exactly.
It's a Nuremberg trials, but for some, like, the one survivor.
But like, so you know, in our orders, we would get
mentioning the Morgan and Webb sketch. Are we the baddies?
Are we the baddies? Yeah, right.
Are there skulls on our helmets? Are we the baddies?
But the prince would talk about, you know, restoring the Dwergar back to, you know, the former size of our cities underground. And so I think people were willing to not really think about in the bigger city and in the mines, not really think about what that actually meant elsewhere. At least before I left, that was what was happening.
How long were you working then?
About 5 months.
So for 5 months, you saw prisoners come in, come out.
No.
And when they came out, they never returned.
No, we only had the prisoners there for like the last 2 or 3.
So I'm sorry. I'm off by 2 or 3. I'm off by 2 months.
Yeah? What was that?
So does that make it any less worse?
He's squarely looking at Dietrich now.
Jasor, I don't think what was going on under that mountain was your fault. I don't think anybody thinks that. But you have to face the fact that you were a willing participant in it. You knew it was something that shouldn't be done, and you did it anyway. Who among us hasn't done something like that? I know I have, but you have to eventually, and I can't believe I'm saying this, actions have consequences.
Yeah.
Can I bite his head off yet?
I'll take whatever happens in Rhienport. You're right.
And again, the more helpful you can be to the authorities, the more likely they'll be to let you live, give you another chance.
Yeah.
I can't make any promises, but
I know.
And hey, speaking on behalf of the uneducated, we still have our choices.
Okay.
Being
Okay.
stupid doesn't mean you have to do what anybody tells you. There's a whole world of choices
I
out there.
mean, it's unfortunately how our culture works. A little bit.
Quite the heady concept for someone who's uneducated using culture as an excuse.
I mean, you either take orders and go to something like what I was doing, or you go to work in, the mines or digging out tunnels for the cities, and so you don't really have a lot of choices.
Why not just leave? Strike out on your own. Have an adventure. Get into trouble.
I mean, come on.
Not the evil murdery kind of trouble, but
Yeah, fair.
get drunk and make some bad decisions.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not asking you to change the world, Jasor. I'm just asking you to actually reflect on your decisions and don't hide behind an excuse. Doesn't matter how long you did it, doesn't matter where you came from. You should still feel bad for others.
Yeah.
And there's a whole world of choices out there. A whole universe of directions your life could take. And I promise you, only a couple of them involve finding a master to serve.
Maybe consider this an education. Could be a fresh start.
Education,
Yeah,
not education.
if they don't me when we get to Rhienport, yeah.
Oh, we'll
Who
see.
knows?
Lucius just
Can I?
heard a
Oh, sorry.
little voice in his head. Edumacation.
From Frank.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I try to insight check to see how, if he actually feels bad, or if he's just kind of or if he feels
Yeah,
bad that he's
make an
caught?
insight check.
Yeah.
Make an insight check. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very specifically what insight is for.
Oh, perfect. That's going to be a 17.
You get the general feeling that he kind of didn't realize for one reason or another, like how bad what was going on was going on. And so he does look like regretful that he had a part in it. But part of it is like, I just had to be the one that got myself captured when my compatriots got killed and didn't have to put up with this at the same time a little bit. His face reads a lot of different ways as he's answering questions.
Mm-hmm.
Lucius is like, okay, now, right, I will not commit war crimes 50 times on the chalkboard.
Right next to it is education. The word education.
Sorry for committing crimes against humanity.
Oh boy.
I-
Oh gosh.
DM, can I spend my next turn violating the Geneva Convention?
Are we having
Sounds
a
like
war
fun.
crimes trial right now?
Kind of.
No.
But I think there will be one later.
Can we not have a trial? Because, I don't feel like more time travel and bullshit like last time.
Lucius kind of moves away from Jasor at this point, hopefully maybe pulling in Dietrich or or anyone else that wants to listen and talk. It's like
Just kind of.
his reaction is a little concerning, to be honest.
I don't know. I think he understands exactly the position he's in.
Oh, not that part. I'm concerned about. He seems like he just realized he did something terrible. That is what I'm concerned about. That means there's maybe an entire cult. He blames it on the culture, which which says to me that no one else batted an eye, so why should I? We just
Lucius,
have. mm, it's-
I've got to tell you, most people who do things that bad go through their entire lives without ever coming to the realization that Jasor just came to.
You're never the villain of your own story.
I suppose so. It is. That is true. That is true. Everyone thinks they're doing the right thing in one way or another. Yeah.
If what he's saying is true, it sounds like the Dwergar are just as victims of the prince as anybody else.
Mhm.
Prince is the one making all these promises and getting them to do these things. They just want to better their people back to where they were.
We killed that prince. Are there any other princes? Dwarf and Dwergar have multiple princes, maybe? Hmm. It's a possibility.
Anyway, that's enough chat about war crimes for the day. Anyone want a game of cards?
Always with the game of cards, you.
Take out my deck and start shuffling.
Maybe teach me to play later. I'm driving right now, though.
No problem.
Ugh, being on this cart for so long. It's kind of making the joints hurt a bit.
Yeah, I'll be glad for the opportunity to move around again.
Not much of a traveler, are you, Mr. Farson? Oh yeah,
I mean,
well, yes, you did say you lived under a rock. I forgot. I
yeah,
forgot. What was it like where you lived?
that was nice. Ale was pretty good.
Some underground city, was it? Or
Yeah,
interesting. Well, if you ever have the chance, I'd love to visit. I've been meaning to check out a truly underground city. It's, it's all been topside cities. No, all sun. No dark, muggy caves for me yet.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be going back there anytime soon.
Is that
Some
so?
sort of local trouble?
No, just painful. Pain.
I see. I'm sorry for asking.
I very clearly don't see. Why don't you elaborate?
That's too painful to talk about.
Sounds fascinating.
Not too fascinating. Kind of closes off and zones out a bit.
Dietrich just shrugs and then he'll just start playing solitaire.
Around what time is it now, there, Rabbi?
You guys still have a couple hours of travel time.
I'm going to do a quick checkup on people on the what is it, refugees. See
Okay.
if they're doing okay.
Yeah, they all seem to be doing fairly okay. It seems like the further they get from Dwergar, like the road wise, and the more distance they put on the trail, like it seems like the better they look, the better they feel. Like starting to talk with each other, make a few jokes here and there, point out what they see off the side of the cart, that kind of thing. Whereas, before you guys got to Rock Hall, it was very quiet.
Um, any other stuff above game? Anyone else have conversations they want to make, and et cetera,
Yeah,
et cetera?
I was about to ask that if there's anything anybody else wants to do before you guys make camp for the day.
Henrietta and Frank are just off in the corner, thinking, talking to each other about like how nosy people are.
Okay. All right. You all get a very, very efficient day in on the cart and make camp once again off the side of the road, I imagine. All right.
Is there any really grassy areas, like a nice grassy area?
I mean, yeah, there are splotches of grass where the sun reaches down through the trees off the side of the road.
Did the clouds clear up, or is it still?
It's still a little overcast. Cloud front here and there, but doesn't seem to be getting worse. Okay. Does anybody have anything else they want to do?
The ones we stopped is Dietrich going to teach Rick how to play cards. She's sort of like, seems kind of excited about it now, like kind of bouncy, asking like, hey, what's your card game you keep asking everyone about?
Of course. So above game, you know the rules to Texas Hold'em?
Approximately.
It's basically that, except you roll 2d12 and 2d4 to determine your cards. So basically there are no, so the d4, you need like two different sets of a d12 and a d4 that both match. So like both the same color, and then like these are both the same color.
It's basically
So
to
basically,
determine number and suit.
yeah, so the d4 is the suit and the d12 is the number. There are no jacks, and I'll send you the list of like what number corresponds to what suit
I
and all
posted
that.
and
Or
pinned it in
I
Discord
write it.
already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
And then you just play Texas Hold'em, so the DM will flip over the flop, the turn, the river.
Okay.
So it works exactly the same way, just with slightly different odds, because like you can have two aces of hearts. Because like you could just roll the
Yeah.
same.
Okay.
And then also there are no jacks.
Also, it's
So it's like playing with your cards.
it's 1-1-3, right?
Yes.
Opposite. Three, then one, then
1-1-1. Got it.
All right. Cool.
I haven't played Texas Hold'em in long.
Actually, Mr. Farzi, I was going to ask if I could join you on some kind of mushroom hunt. If you would allow me.
I don't think I'm gonna look for any of those mushrooms again. People don't seem to be enjoying it as much as I thought they would. I'm enjoying them.
I think it's a matter of perspective. Some people are enjoying them more than others.
I just got an idea.
What? What was your idea?
Go up to the door guard guy there.
Oh,
Offers him a glass, not telling him what
no.
it was in it at all. Just here. Here's a
Oh
good drink for you, buddy.
no. Well,
Trick
Lucius is
one
like,
D4 balls.
He'll take it. He'll take it and shoot it down.
oh
And then I just
god.
stand back and I start like,
That's a 17 on the con save. So he
oh.
so yeah, he's pretty sturdy too. And he'll just kind of be like, that tasted weird.
Yeah, I gotta work on the taste.
Why are you purple?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
no.
my.
Oh no. Oh no. And I'll just start looking at his hands.
I start taking notes.
Why are my chains made of lights? Huh. Okay.
I'm gonna go look
As
for
far as who's observing this, I'll
It's
just
good.
come over and whisper to him like, drugging someone who's tied up and bound doesn't seem very sporting, does it?
We could let him go and watch what happens. But I don't think he's. I don't. He's taking pretty good to it, so I don't think it's.
The
I
snozberries
don't think it.
taste like snozberries.
I don't think it would be very entertaining if we
Did you
untied him.
see the try not to eat episode with all that shit?
Yes.
Yes. I love Sharon.
Anyway. Green fire looks cool.
I'm actually gonna like his feet are chained together in his hands, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna chain his arms, the chain that's onto his wrists.
Yeah.
Take a chain and I'm gonna attach it to the cart and release his feet.
Okay. I'll stand up and just start walking in place. And looking around like he's walking somewhere.
Well, that is an interesting.
What does it mean?
Hmm. I need to go find something to make this taste better.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look to see if I can find something better.
Okay. That is a survival check.
I really
are you guys playing poker or no?
I'm gonna go with Farzu if that's okay.
Assume for right now that it's taking Rook a really long time to absorb the basic rules.
Do you want to just play a hand like above game? Do you want to just play a hand for fun, no money?
Sure.
Just it's a lot easier to get once you,
Figure it out.
I
Okay.
think, are in it.
So roll your hands. Are you assisting Farzu on the survival check, Lucius?
Yes,
So then
I'm.
roll with advantage,
Yeah,
Farzu.
yeah,
Alright,
I
so-
am proficient in it.
Yeah, so you can assist. All right.
So now, ordinarily, if we were playing for money, we would both like place bets,
Hmm.
and then once we are both in the pot for the same amount and we're both good with it, then the dealer will flip over 3 more cards.
Okay.
Okay. Did you guys both roll your hands?
Yep.
Not yet.
Okay.
So it's a D4 and a D12. How many times?
Twice.
Twice.
Twice. Okay. Took a long time to stop rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, D&D Beyond might be slow because they literally were rolling it over to WotC like right now.
Oh.
Yeah, literally starting at 9, the rollover happened.
Oh. Oh, that was just like the little 3D model of the die just like took forever to stop rolling, I guess,
Yeah.
because the 12 is a little bit
Weird.
rounder than the caltrop.
Yeah. All right.
So I'll just say what I have. Just
Okay.
like in game, we're sort of playing a hand face up, so you kind of can see what's going on.
Hmm.
So I've got an 8 of diamonds and a 2 of diamonds.
Okay. Rook has a 5 of clubs and a 10 of spades.
Also, above game, you can roll them both at the same time.
Really?
Yeah, you can do a D4 and a D12. You just gotta actually click in to see what each roll is. All right, so the flop is a 7 of diamonds, 2 of diamonds, and a 10 of spades.
So right now you've got the high pair, so you're in a pretty good spot.
Hmm.
So then we would do another round of betting. And if we're both still in, then the dealer would flip over one more card.
The 6 of hearts.
And then same thing, another round of betting. And if we're both still in, the dealer flips over the last card.
The 5 of spades. Which I believe gives rook 2 pair.
Yeah, 10 of spades, 2 tens of spades, and then what, 5 of clubs and 5 of spades?
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, you've got 2 pair and I've got nothing because I missed my flush.
Yeah, I wonder if you played for money, how hard you would have gone in on the 4 diamonds.
Beginner's luck.
Well, the man has debts for a reason.
I got a 21.
Okay. It's easy to find some plants that have a nice aroma and smell to them that you believe to be edible.
And I check to make sure they're edible.
Yeah, above game. It's like some wild mint and basil.
Oh, this will do lovely. What
Those
What do
would
you
go
think, Lucas?
excellently. Lucius.
Lucius?
Um,
Sorry.
Lucas. I knew a
Is it
Lucas.
Al?
New name. Sorry,
It's a new name now.
I don't make the rules.
No. I knew a Lucas, though. Blonde man.
Like poetry, it rhymes.
Like poetry. But I believe that would go very good with meat. Those two. I kind of give it a little whiff. That might help. That might help with the taste. Should we try to find something more sweet, though? Because sweet tends to be much more attractive.
Sweet with the mint. That would
Yes,
be good.
sweet with mint. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna try to find something sweet.
Okay.
And I will aid him.
So roll survival again with advantage.
Meth lab and a candy store.
Implying they're not one and the same.
Be a
I
19.
mean, by the time you're done, you'll want to lick somebody's lollipop.
You guys do find some berry bushes and stuff that have sweet things on it, but unfortunately it's past season, so they're all extremely like mushy or have fallen apart in your search.
I'll just use the mint.
That is
Alright, so-
unfortunate.
Go back and crush up the mint and my herbalism kit and stick it in the bottle and give it quite a few good shakes and
See what happens in the morning.
pop. Yeah, let it sit.
Okay. Does anybody
Definitely
have
not gonna.
Does anybody have anything else they want to do before bed?
Henrietta's just gonna like spend about 10-15 minutes staring up at the moon and kind of like not praying, but like meditating while focusing on it. And just like focusing on the question of like, am I on the right path? Am I good with this? I got the stone back. Like, yeah.
Dietrich is just from a distance, just observing this. Unless you're like going off by yourself.
Off.
I mean, I went off a little ways, but I didn't go like, nobody can see me.
Roar. Okay.
Invisible, can you see me? Yes. Please put on pants.
After cards, Rook will look around the campsite area for signs of bears.
Okay. You guys and your survival checks.
19.
Yeah, you don't see any bear tracks. Don't see any signs of
Okay.
invisible or rainbow bears or in between bears.
Would they have the same footprints?
Yeah.
This is what Rook shall meditate on.
Okay. Anybody have anything else? Who's taking shifts, by the way?
I'll take one, but when Henrietta comes back, I'll probably have some questions.
Okay. So you're taking first?
I'll take the second too.
Okay.
I'll take
Yeah,
I'll take one.
Okay. So you can take the middle, so Dietrich, Farzu, Emrys. Got it. All right. So while you guys are getting settled for bed and around the campfire, Henrietta will return.
Did you find the answers you were looking for?
No, but I didn't expect to. She comes to me in my dreams, remember?
Do you mind telling me the question? Maybe I can ask my patron if it's a question they would know.
She pulls the stone out. She told me to find this. And I did, obviously. And then we re-got it back. But I'm supposed to figure out what these runes mean, I guess. And what I got from the dwarves in Rhienport is that it's old dwarvish, so I'm gonna have to go to like the actual dwarvish, like the capital, to go figure this shit out. But I just wanted to check in with her and make sure, because we got it back and everything, that like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Not so sure how much insight your deity would have on that, but
I don't even know if it's a deity, to be totally honest with you.
it's probably not. Again, from what I've read, my pact is very odd, but I like it because I'm odd, and it doesn't feel like evil or anything. Like, as much as, as much as I like the black and the aesthetic, I don't really like. I don't want to hurt people. I just don't really give a shit about them. Those are two different things.
Oh, I totally get it. Yeah, us weird people have to stick together, don't we?
Or just separate ourselves far apart.
I've done that. It's less fun.
I didn't mind it for the most part. It just got a little boring. And again, when you stare at the moon long enough, it stares back and goes, "Hey, I see you're bored. Let's fix that."
Yeah, I hate being bored.
It's literally the name of one of the songs on her playlist.
Okay.
But no, let's ask. I don't know I don't know they would know about these ruins, but I'll take out my amulet and I'll ask, and I'll do this out loud for Henrietta's benefit, and I'll ask, will there be a good result if we take Henrietta to the dwarven capital?
What's good and what's bad again?
Hot's good, cold's bad.
It gets cold.
Just above game, just remember I'm a tiefling, so hot's good.
I hate how well that works. Anyway, yeah, it gets cold.
I just release the amulet all of a sudden, and I just clam up. Just like rubbing my hands together because I don't like the cold sensation.
Well, I'm gonna go get some sleep. Have a good watch, Dietrich.
Yeah, yeah. You have a good sleep too.
You hear Frank. Words, kid. Words.
All right.
It was like when you go to the theater and the person's taking your ticket and they say enjoy the show, and then you just out of habit say thanks, you too. Like, oh wait, shit.
I hate when you do that when you like pick up like takeout. It's the
Right?
worst. I
But,
need
like-
Enjoy your meal. Yeah, you too, buddy.
I need Dietrich, Varzu, and Emrys to make perception checks then. Please and thank you.
23.
Okay.
16.
All right.
I'll use my passive of 19.
Okay. You hear sounds far off, cries, yelps in the distance, normal sounds of wildlife, but it stays far away from this group of people that is quite large for this area. Jesus.
Does it start to rain?
No, it does not start to rain. But you guys get a full night's sleep and a long rest. If you guys have to click that for any reason, I don't think anybody used anything. You guys click your long rest buttons anyways.
I like to just click it just in case.
Yeah, I do that all the time too.
It's like I don't remember if I did anything, but just in case.
Okay. You guys wake up the next morning, ready for another day of travel. So I need someone to roll for the weather. And before I forget, I need Rook and Emrys to roll for animal handling.
I rolled a
What's it
9
for the weather?
for the weather.
The D20 for the weather. Second. Roll another D20 for me, please.
16.
Okay. As you all
Animal
animal handling
24.
24. Rook.
Good, because I got a 13.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are used to them by now. So you're used to driving a ram-led cart, which is not normal. So DC's getting lower. You guys pull out as a light, cold rain starts to fall over the day. But the rain stays light enough that does not seem to be impeding the path of travel, as it has just wet the road rather than made it a muddy mess, as it is just starting to rain. So, how would you guys like to spend your travel day?
I'm gonna pop the cork and take a whiff.
Have you ever smelled Listerine that's gone bad?
No.
It kind of smells like that.
Is that a good smell or a bad smell?
It kind of smells like Jaeger now.
Oh, Jaeger.
Like straight up Jaeger.
I have had Jaeger.
Yeah.
Oh.
For those of you who are wondering, if you have Listerine, 1 does go bad, and 2, when it does, it just smells and tastes like Jaeger. Straight up.
So mint tastes like licorice when it goes bad?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I think it's because of the artificial flavoring in it.
Definitely need something sweet in this. Cork back and put the bottle back in.
I'm sure to rephrase that. Probably smells more like Rumple Mints than Jaeger. No, it definitely smells more like Jaeger because of the mushrooms. Jaeger. That's what I'm going for.
It might need to find something to make it sweeter. Maybe I'll get Dietrich to try it again. Gotta say that under my breath.
Yeah.
Later in the evening. Not good to do it during the day.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to do this day?
Henrietta's gonna pull out her research notebook and she's gonna have a crude drawing of a map of
Mhm.
like everywhere she's been, and like from all the way from Lake Fall up to Rhienport up to where we are now. And she's just kind of like marking, where she's been with little notations of what they've done there, and like conversating with Frank over what they need to do now.
Okay. Easy enough to do. It's a little... The lines aren't... If you need to draw a straight line, it's not really straight because the cart is kind of bumping, but it's easy enough to do. All right. Anyone else?
About how much longer do we have until we get to Rhienport?
You guys make out the city by about what, far as you could tell you, is about 3 o'clock. So that means you guys will pull into Rhienport at about 7 or 8. I rolled really well on how many miles you guys did per day. So is there anything before you guys pull into Rhienport that you would like to do?
From
Nope.
what direction are we approaching Rhienport? From like Eston's Gate or the Rainbrook end?
You guys are gonna come in Rainbrook.
Okay. Cool.
So you guys will come in through the Barrow side. The Barrow side. Last call. Okay. As night falls, the lamps are lit in Rhienport as you guys pull in through the slum of Rainbrook and into the slightly less slummy, but still slummy, Barrow of Rhienport. You'll hear occasionally, almost as soon as you guys cross the river into Rhienport, almost immediately hear people asking you all to stop the cart because they can see their house.
I'll just whisper to Emrys, Rook, and whoever else is around. Uh, if we drop them off now, we don't get rewarded.
We drop them off now, they can be captured again. We're not dropping them off now.
We should probably find some sort of authority figure.
Henrietta will use thaumaturgy
Mhm.
to make her voice really loud and just let them all know we will return you all safely to your homes, but a lot of your families have put up like quests to find you, so we need to turn you guys into the authorities so that your families can get all that shit squared away. So we're gonna go to the authorities and then you will figure it all out and you'll all be free to go.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. No, just a straight persuasion check, actually.
16.
Okay.
Oh, I'll guidance myself.
Damn.
So where's my D4?
What was that?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. So you hear some people, a couple people go like, okay, that makes sense. And a couple of people are like, but it's right there. And like 3 or 4 people will just jump out of the cart. Go back.
If you want to be captured again, then go ahead.
Yeah, the Torgar are active at night. Want to wait till morning? Make sure you can see yourselves safely home.
They kind of are like just running for their homes at this point. So again, those 4 people that came out of the cart.
Okay, well.
Brooke's kind of like, that's fair.
Mm.
And
I
she's kind of like
suppose.
scanning the skyline, like
Miss
she's
Rook.
looking for someplace familiar.
Where do we go to where do we go for the authorities?
See, I try to avoid the places myself, but that means I know where they are, so I could take you to the closest guard post. I assume they're probably not the highest ranking folks in this neck of the woods, but go to the closest one, I guess.
So you kind of have a couple options here. You can just go to the regular like town guard, who you know to be not very efficient, Or with this many people and it being this much of a problem, you could go to the Port Authority, which runs the entire city.
Okay.
I feel like that was a very leading question.
Very much.
Like, that question has a correct answer.
Port Authority.
Does the Port Authority have an office in the Barrows?
They do not.
I think with this many people sort of clamoring to go home, though, it seems like sooner rather than later, right? Go to the local guards.
I
What do you
don't.
guys think?
I think the Port Authority is probably the better option. Like, what are local guards gonna do? They're gonna call their bosses, and it's gonna take 3 days.
That's fair.
In
All right.
game, as someone who's been to New York and New Jersey a bunch of times, I'm shocked to discover that there's an organization less efficient than the Port Authority.
All right. So tell everyone, I guess we're going to the Port Authority, and then we'll give you a ride, back to where you're
Also,
living.
above game, it's on this road. It is a straight shot.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
So
it's
we don't really
not
have to go
through the city, yeah. So above game, if you look at the Rhienport map, that big brown building, like southwest of 2, is the Central Port Authority building. So it's
Okay,
right
cool.
in town. So it's right down this road.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, my brain was parsing that as a wall for some reason, so I see
Okay.
that. I see that now. Yeah, so we'll go to the Port Authority then, and then we can give a ride to whomever needs it back to the Barrow afterwards.
Okay.
Does that sound good, guys?
The people that are in the cart kind of seem to like nod their head, like, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So that you all take the 25 minutes to get to the Port Authority by cart and kind of
This traffic.
Yeah, there's a little bit. People are getting out of the city for the evening. And you all pull up with the cart full of people to the building. Has about 5 or 6 stairs up to these double doors that open it in. Why don't we take our break like 10 minutes early there? Sound good? Sound like a plan? Perfect.
Sounds good.
See you guys back in 3 minutes. All right, hello,
Welcome back.
hello, party people. All right, you guys have pulled up onto the Port Authority building in Rhienport with the 38 passengers that are left. Jassor excluded from that count, by the way. I'm counting people who had missing persons on them. What would y'all like to do?
Well, I suppose someone should go knock on the door. And I'll hop down out of the cart and head up the stairs.
I'm gonna ask Jessor what he thought of the drink before we give him up.
You know, it was all right. Had a nice stroll in the woods, though. That was lovely.
You're welcome.
That's all sorts of like chipmunks and squirrels, and it's great.
Before we turn you in, anyways, that'd give you a little bit of exercise.
Okay.
We'll stay with the cart for the moment, sort of keeping an eye on Dietrich, waiting to follow until like making sure he gets a response or something. Is there a place to sort of like park the cart for the moment? Like a stable?
Basically, right out in front is your only option.
Yeah, I would keep it right out in front.
Okay. Oh,
At
that's true.
least
Yeah.
until they tell us to move it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
somebody going up to the door.
Yeah, I'm going up to the door and
Okay.
knocking.
Great. As you go up to the doors kind of pull open, and like two people will come out wearing like naval blue with like proper gold button, like Port Authority uniforms. Yes, hello. What's that?
Oh, good evening. Don't you look smart in those uniforms?
Thank you.
We understand that this city has had an issue with missing persons in recent days.
That would be correct. It is under investigation.
Well, and I'll like gesture toward the cart with like a flourish of my hand and just say, "You're welcome."
You just see one person randomly in the back of the prisoners go, "Hello." All right.
I'm gonna need to speak. I'm gonna need to speak to your boss.
Persuasion check.
Guidance.
Does guidance give advantage?
Just
Guidance is
1d4.
touch. So, are you coming up with me?
Sure.
I was just gonna walk up next to Dietrich to help, but if guidance gives advantage, then never mind.
Gives him a d4.
Then I'll go up with him and kind of look
So
knightly
that's
and shit.
with guidance. That's a 14 persuasion.
Okay. All right. Can you guys help us?
I didn't mean it. I didn't. Sorry, above game. I didn't really mean that to be like persuasive. Just like, look, you're a couple suits. This is obviously above your pay grade. I'm gonna need to talk to your boss. You get it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Can you guys help us bring the people in, and we'll go talk to our boss.
Certainly.
See what we do now. Huh. I kind of turn around and walk in.
Everybody off the cart and inside.
We'll help herd people off the cart. Everyone's fairly able-bodied at this point.
Yeah, between the rations and the water and just being out of,
Mhm.
seeing sunlight and touching grass. Very important.
Is there like a clerk in there who can start taking everybody's names and addresses and stuff? so
Yeah,
they know
there's
who
some.
these people are,
Yeah, there's
and
somebody
like
at there's
whether
somebody at
there's
the
a
front
reward
desk.
out for them.
There's somebody at the front desk who's taking like people's names and stuff when they come in. Oh yeah, yeah, that's your name. Cool. Okay, got you. Nice to meet you. What's up? Like just going person to person to person. Okay.
And did any of you all know the names of those people who jumped off the cart back in the barrel?
See a bunch of people look at you. The people around you who can hear you kind of shake their heads like, no, sorry.
Well, hopefully they once this news is all over town tomorrow, maybe them and their families will just come out of the woodwork and be like, "Me too. I was rescued too."
All right.
And I imagine when the clerks are done with that, they'll want to take our names as well.
Yeah, they are going to ask for your names in between getting their names so that they can have your information.
Okay.
Is everybody going to give their name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Easy enough to do. Um, about 10 or 15 minutes elapses after you guys get inside. Before you hear kind of like boot steps coming down the hallway. Fairly heavy, probably a dwarf. And coming around the corner, you see this a female dwarf with like a short burnt amber like ponytail up like high, kind of like to keep it out of the way, with like slate blue eyes just kind of glaring at the entire situation. Dressed half like the Port Authority blue, but also half like somebody who spends most of their time on a ship. Very odd. Alright, who's in charge here? And I mean, of
Well,
the
well,
ragtag group
well,
that
that would
brought these people in.
well, who's in charge here? That would be you, my friend.
I mean, of this of the people who brought these people in, obviously.
I just look around to everyone and say, we're more of a collective.
Alright,
Indeed.
alright, collective. Well, you're coming back to my office because I have a lot of questions to ask of you.
Certainly.
Right, well, follow me then. I assume everyone's going?
You said everyone.
Doesn't mean you have to listen.
It's a bit hesitant, but she'll go along.
Alright. She kind of sticks her head into a door and kind of looks around and goes, closes it and opens one from the other side and kind of ushers you in, and it's kind of more of like a conference room setup than an office, realizing you guys might not have all fit in her office. All right, have a seat. And if you don't mind me asking, would you please start at the beginning?
Well, you see, my parents are bunnies, so I'm the middle child of 5.
It, that was a poor choice of words on my part. I meant at the beginning of the situation of how you brought a cart full of missing people to my doorstep.
It all started an entire year
Let,
ago
let,
for
Emrys,
me.
let Emrys go first, because he was.
I think it started when we got captured, and then I bit some guard's head off and threw it across a cart. Right? I think that's the start she wants.
Well, we were captured by the Dwargar, and we managed to escape our captors and fight them off, and got to where they were taking us. Managed to sneak our way in, find the rest of the prisoners, break them out, destroy most of what we found in that place, and defeat their leader. You're very welcome. We've also kept all of these people alive for the past week on the road, at great personal expense to ourselves. And yeah, that's about it. We fell into their honeypot the same way as the rest of these people.
So you're meaning to tell me not only are the Dwergar back, they're the ones stealing the people. You somehow, even though they're kidnapping people like candy, were able to evade them, defeat them, break in, then break back out, and get to my front door.
Well, when you put it
Yeah.
like that, it sounds very impressive, doesn't it?
Yes, but
Just
we
a
are
little bit.
competent
how?
individuals.
Just a
We're
little bit.
competent. We tend to
Do
be
you want
very
to see how
competent.
we did it?
Or is this the part where we bring in our prisoner?
Maybe another time. It sounds like
We
it's
all have
scary
our
because
own-
you said biting someone's head off, and that doesn't sound like something I should do in a conference room.
We all have our own sets of skills. You see, we're not. They thought they were just kidnapping ordinary people, and we all.
Are they particular sets of skills?
Very particular.
I'm just gonna transform into a wolf right in front of her.
I see what you mean. That's a little off-putting.
Dietrich will conjure a minor illusion of the glass of wine again and just hold it out.
She'll poke it with like the quill she's writing with.
Straight through it,
Weird.
and I'll let it go.
Weird.
I'll disguise myself to look exactly like her.
Ethereal pigeons appear in
Do
little
you like
bursts
doing
of feathers.
clerical work by any chance? Safarzu? No. Shame.
No.
I don't either. Would have been nice to have somebody who could disguise themselves and do it for me.
I'm gonna pop back out of wolf form.
Alright. That's a lot to take
Lucius,
in.
yeah, Lucius just doesn't do anything because everyone else, showed off their stuff. No need to add.
That's a lot to take in. A lot to take in. I hate to ask this because, these people are in fact missing. We're going to confirm it with what's been posted on these boards out in the barrows and things. Does look like they're missing from what we've seen so far. So that does check out. We require, obviously, a little bit of proof that it happened. So
We have a Dwargar. We have a Dwargar.
You have a what now?
Yes, we
We
did
have a
take one of the
Dwargar.
guards prisoner. We'd be happy to turn him over to your custody.
Now that would be lovely.
Certainly.
I wanted to bite his head off and play fetch with it, but figured he was better left alive.
That is very much appreciated. Because otherwise you'd have nobody to corroborate your story. So I assume you guys are going to get Jassor back into the room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you all mind if I take him and interview him separately? Just so that it's the same story. At least once you took him prisoner.
Of course.
Hold up
We have to
now.
observe the proper protocols, after all.
What what isn't to say that you just kill him and then say, hey, oh, he's not corroborating your story.
Well, I mean, obviously, we haven't seen the Duergar are alive after all, which is quite a surprise. So, no, we have use for him alive, very much so.
Emers, can you monitor them with your listening in minds? Yeah, might be
I'm
a
gonna
good
speak
idea.
back to him in his head. I can do it.
Might be a good idea.
Just to let you know, Mr. Port Authority,
Miss
ma'am,
Port Authority.
Miss Port Authority lady,
Yes.
there are some of our number, and I'm not saying who, but there are some of us who will be able to tell if anything happens to him.
Obviously.
We won't influence his words or anything like that, but if anything should happen to him, we'd know.
Fair enough. I believe you have the ability to do it as well.
So we understand each other. Take all the time you need.
Just a little bit. Alright, what's your name? Duergar. Jasor? Jasor? Yeah, Jasor. He'll grab his chains and take him across the room to her office. As she does, starts to talk to him. What are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Okay.
Look around the conference room, not making a point of not like touching anything, but just see if there's like, do they have any like notes left on their whiteboard or whatever.
Uh, they do not have any notes left on their chalkboard.
No, sorry, I thought you were done.
There is at the end on like one of the tables they have at the end. There's some like writing quills and paper and ink packed up, and a set that looks like if there is actually a conference going on, they could fill like a pitcher with water, and there's glasses and stuff in the corner as well on top of that.
I would like to walk back out to the lobby and just verify that the refugees are still there and check in with the clerk and have they been able to verify any of the um like any of the rewards or anything like that.
Sees you standing there. Don't go to your meeting, dearie. We've got this under control. We're taking names. We're taking statements. It's all under control.
All right, just checking. You
Of
seem like
course,
you're on top of it.
of course. Thank you, much appreciated.
You're doing a marvelous job.
Thank you.
I always aspired to life as a bureaucrat.
I didn't.
I'm already gone at that point.
Kind of looks around if she says that. I swear to God, he was here. Oh well. Anybody else?
I'm gonna see if I can find us something to drink.
You mean like from the horn of infinite water on demand?
And there are cups in the room.
Sure, I'll take a glass of that.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
How many like chairs are there in the conference room? Like about how many dwarfs does it look like it could hold?
So there are 6 chairs on either side and then 1 on each end.
Okay, so 14 chairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
All right. After about 25 minutes, the head of the Port Authority will return. I've got to be honest with y'all, I don't know how you put up with him for a fucking week.
Drugs.
I told you
You-
I wanted to bite his head off and use it to play fetch.
That
He
checks
was
out.
quite quiet. He was quite quiet after we killed all his guards, all the rest of the guards.
Well, that
And we
would make
gagged him.
sense. Um,
Mhm.
I threatened him
But
with
also
hanging.
drugs.
I threatened him with hanging, and he just spilled his fucking guts. Like everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that tracks.
I almost turned him into an oven.
Yeah, he did. He did say something about becoming a Dwergar oven at one point between the crying.
So what's the verdict, Madam Authority? Are we legitimate?
I, to the best of my knowledge and recollection of the situation and seeing what's been going on, Invisible Dwergar seem to probably make the most sense considering we're out of any other fucking lead at the current moment.
Do we get paid?
Because we were led to believe there were quite a few rewards posted for many of these people.
There
Not that
are,
that was our entire reason to do it, mind you.
but they were posted by the individual families.
Any chance you could help with assisting in the collection of those rewards, or do we have to go on a
If
scavenger hunt by
if
ourselves?
if you all were to return to the Barrow, I could send a couple of Port Authority officers to try and lend you some air of authority to get people to pay what they've posted.
That's what it takes.
But yeah, we can't guarantee it from our end.
Well, speaking of your end, we understand that there are these individual rewards posted by the family, but I would think certainly the city would be grateful to have so many of their citizens returned from certain death in one piece. Not to mention with a hostage who was able to give valuable intelligence as to the Dwergar activities. What would you say that is worth?
I'm going to have a conversation with a couple other people, because while I am the head of the Port Authority, I do not control our coffers nor rewards for things that we're not explicitly given rewards for.
Oh, goody, more bureaucracy. This day just gets better and better.
Paperwork makes the world work. Or so I've been led to believe. It really
I
doesn't.
thought it was fat bottom girls that make the world go round.
That would make more sense, though, wouldn't it? So,
I thought it was money.
eh.
Money makes the world go round.
So, we have your names. We have ways of finding people in the city. So if we do pay out. We'll find you.
Well, thank you for the warm reception. Is there anywhere you'd recommend we stay?
Honestly, couldn't tell you. Don't
I
really have
suppose
a
we'll
lot of
find
time to go
our.
out to frequent taverns.
I suppose we'll find our own way then.
Yeah. If
I probably
you
know some places.
are you returning to the Bay Road when you send officers with you guys to get so you can collect rewards?
What time is it right now?
I was just gonna ask.
It's about 9:15 at this point.
In the
I'm
evening.
not sure we
Yeah.
should be. I'm not sure we should be, you know, knocking on people's doors this late at night. That can probably wait until tomorrow.
All right. They're not the most comfy, but they are free. I do have holding cells here. We'll leave the doors unlocked, obviously.
Are you inviting us to stay in jail?
I mean, it's free.
It's also jail.
Is it really jail if the doors are unlocked?
That is a philosophical question that I do not have the bandwidth to answer right now.
Fair enough.
Well, if you don't mind the trip back, I know some places in the Barrows.
Sounds good to me.
Me too.
I assume.
Sounds fun.
I assume you all are picking up your people in the morning after we finish getting statements from them, since that will probably take all night.
Yeah.
Safe assumption?
Yeah, we'll take the cart with us, I guess. And then come back with it if anyone needs a ride in the morning. Does that sound good? Also, it's our cart now.
Finders keepers, right?
Sort of like developed a rapport with these rams.
They are
Alright.
our friends.
We need to name them.
You know, I could just ask them what their names are, right?
Ah. Can you?
Yes.
Might as well do that
Gotta
then.
name them toilet water closet.
So what are the
I
rams
thought-
getting named?
Thing 1 and thing 2?
I don't know, Cass.
I think he's gonna speak with animals and ask you what their names are.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Yep, that's what I was gonna do.
Son of a bitch.
As he goes to look them up now.
As he goes to make them up now. He's gonna come back. Their names are Barry and Steve.
Reginald and Mary, because they got lamb and ram confused. Mary had a little ram.
Okay. Okay. Sure, whatever. But above him, there are websites of what to name your farm pets.
You were just browsing those websites, weren't you?
What have you come up with?
You'll
I
find
might
out.
be afraid to ask.
You'll find out. Okay. So you guys are free to leave.
Rook, when I was here before, I spent a few hours at a place called the Rusty Coin. Are you familiar?
Probably be familiar with like basically any establishment in the Barrows, right? Just by name at least. So yeah, been there a couple times. Was it nice? I think I could probably do you better.
Yeah, it seemed average at best. I was only in there for a couple of hours before I, saw the
Yeah.
job posting and went to answer it and blah, 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 blah.
Above game, not in the Barrow.
Not in the Barrow.
Oh, it was not at the Barrow.
Yes,
Okay.
not in the Barrow.
Okay.
It was
I
down.
don't, yeah, I don't, I
It
don't,
was. It
I
was
don't
down
think it
in.
was in the,
It was down in South Docks. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it was in the Barrow. It was down closer to the docks right after I got off my ship.
Is the hill that bar I went to in the Barrows? Then we can head over to the hill if you'd like.
Oh,
They
I was
might.
thinking of the rusty axe. That was it. Sorry, kind of late. Got a little mixed up. We could try that one.
I
I
wouldn't
go there for
mind.
drinks sometimes.
Sure, lead the way.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And they
Okay.
got a good place for us to park the cart.
They do.
So I will drive us back to the Barrows and find the rusty axe.
Yep.
Feel all fancy pulling up in a cart.
Well, right.
They got space for the night for all of us.
You guys pull up there. Not. Doesn't seem to be super crowded. There are a couple horses in the thing. The stable hand, like probably like a 15-year-old, looks human, could be dwarf. Boy kind of holds out his hand for the payment for the stall for the night for the cart. It's two silver.
I toss him 2 silver.
Anyone, thank you. Never had rams before. It should be interesting. What do they eat?
Oh, boys.
What are we paying you the 2 silver for if you don't know?
I don't have rams here often. Like, if ever. Like, this is the first time.
To tell you the truth, we just got them and we're not sure what they eat either, so
Well, if we've seen
why
them
don't,
eating
why don't you
grass or whatever.
experiment?
Yeah, you guys have seen them eating grass.
Yeah.
And other plants. Alright, I'll just feed them the normal seed and grass mix.
They'll each have a serving of the usual. The horse as usual.
The horse as usual. My rams only have 10% hay and 15% wheat. The rest is filled with ordinary chive gathered from the highlands of, I don't know.
I was gonna say
farm.
only picked from the east side of the mountain when there's dew on it.
Only picked from the east side of the dew of them.
Non-GMO, gluten-free, high octane.
Oh my god! I imagine some guy doing that, but it's like an actual fantasy D&D world. Sorry. Do you
This is
have
this is actually IRL. This is the way I feel about people who use premium gasoline.
My car only takes premium, sir. And it sucks.
Get a different car. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh,
Dude, it's
yeah,
it's a base model Civic. What?
I'm glad
Really?
I
Base
don't
model
have
Civics
a
only take
regular.
premium now? That's bullshit.
Yeah. They get way better gas mileage now, too.
Gas is too expensive.
But anyways,
Car is too expensive.
as you guys...
Everything's too expensive.
Big mood.
I agree with all of the above.
Almost $10 a gallon.
Oh, man. Yeah, I forgot. You're in Canada, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. It's really bad right now.
Anywho, we can talk about this after D&D. Instead of going on rants about it. I assume you guys are heading inside at this point.
Nothing's open outside, so I'm
true.
guessing.
Yeah.
There are about 4 stools taken at the bar and 1 table. The rest of the 8 or 9 tables are readily available. For your all's choosing.
Who's in there now? Like, what are they doing?
One of the guys is passed out on the bar stool, on the bar, like face down. 2 people at the table are having a conversation. Look vaguely sailorish to you.
They
Would I
have,
recognize?
You do not recognize them,
Okay.
but they do look vaguely sailorish. The other 3 people just look like blacksmith workers from, like, the mill, from, like, Farm Mill. Maybe work down a Farm Mill, maybe work in the barrow, you don't know. But have soot and burn marks on their clothes.
Yeah, this looks like my kind of place.
As long as it's warm and cozy.
Rook, did you have a question?
Yeah, does anyone here look familiar to me?
Obviously, you know the barkeeper,
Yeah.
who's a half-elf, which is not common for the barrow.
I mean, probably neither's a goblin.
True. Other than that, you do not recognize anybody else in the bar at the current moment.
Hey, barkeep, have I got a story for you?
You've only been gone, like, what, 10 days?
Yeah, it's been an interesting 10 days.
New friends of yours?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kind of crazy how we met.
Interesting. Are you all taking one of the bigger tables in the back, I assume?
Yeah, we can do that. You guys want a table, or you want to sit at the bar?
Ours a little crowded.
I think the table would be best.
That's like we'll take the table.
8 glasses, 8 mugs.
Yeah, of your
All right.
finest.
All right. I mean, we only have the one kind here. I think it's pretty fine. So, we're coming right up. And he'll bring over like 8 mugs to the table, and then come back and put like 2, essentially like bigger mugs on the table, like one on each side, but they have a spout on it, so you guys can open it and like pour your own.
I'm gonna ask is it a he or a she?
You can't really tell.
Okay, I'm gonna ask them. I don't know.
Them.
What's this? Them? What's the sweetest fruit or that they have?
Ooh, interesting. We normally deal in like meats and stews here, primarily.
Do you know where I can get something really sweet?
Probably down at one of the markets by the docks. Fruit comes in
What ti-
from all over.
What time do they open?
Sunrise normally.
Cool.
So, you wanted to tell me a story.
Yes, I have been to the mountains, somewhat against my will.
Okay.
And we managed to find some very interesting writings, which we have taken notes on. Got some of the rubbings from the walls. And I was wondering if you knew anyone who knows some good old Dwarven.
He's going to make an intelligence check. That is a nat 20 for a 20. Just from looking at it, doesn't look like modern Dwarvish, because I see it on the coin that comes in here.
Can
Oh,
I
above
tell
game.
if it's
Above game, what is
sorry,
it?
can I
Oh, sorry. Above game, I was going to say not actually showing them anything just yet.
Okay.
But
So if that's the case, I thought you were pulling him out so you could show it to him. But no, he'll be like, I mean, yeah, you find a dwarf. They're all over.
I wasn't sure if you knew any regulars.
I mean,
so could I tell
none who can keep their mouth shut.
Exactly.
can I cast comprehend languages and can I tell if it's like is it like runes that are not translatable or is it just like an older version of the language? Because if it's like an older form of the language, I should still be able to read it, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rook is sort of bullshitting to sort of get information about the someone who can read it part of Henrietta's stone without mentioning it directly. That's sort of what I was going for. Sorry.
No worries.
So she doesn't really have anything to show, but she's sort of trying to ask without asking, without like sort of showing her hand what exactly she's asking about. Sorry.
If I think of anybody and you're here, I'll let you know though.
Sweet, thanks. Wasn't sure if any of the perhaps academic persuasion had been here recently. Any of them smart dwarfs.
Academic persuasive types here, really? I mean,
Hey,
yeah,
I mean, some of them are pretty weird.
stranger things have happened, you're right.
Graduate students going to a dive bar.
Yeah, we are cheaper than most of the bars in town. That's actually a good point. I don't know why they don't come out here. Maybe I need to market in town
The
better.
danger.
Maybe I need to market
the
in town
danger.
better. Put some flyers up. Anyways.
Discount brews for those who know Old Dwarven.
You're not going to get that lucky. Sorry.
Barkeep, you should meet Lucius here. He's known far and wide for his education.
Education.
He is very edumacated.
He got it. He's educated.
Edumacated, like I said.
I like to think so. That being said, there is something I am currently trying to study. A very specific book that I've been told about. Have you heard of the book called Tusk Love?
He just kind of looks around at all of you at this moment. And looks back at Luke. You're not from around here, are you?
No, but I've heard it has a very interesting subject.
Why would you do this to him?
I've heard it has a very ravenous story. I must I must take it within myself and consume this material.
Rook,
That's what she said.
He just starts
Rook snorts her beer.
He just starts bursting out laughing.
As soon as he says "take it within myself," I just bury
Oh.
my head in my hand and just.
Did you even tell him what it's about?
Oh, they told me. I've heard it has exquisite material.
All you guys told him all of it, and this is how he's describing it.
Well,
I mean,
where I'm
not
from, my good
all
sir,
of it.
where I'm from, most romance stories are very, very fluffy. There isn't that truly, um,
Depraved bite to it.
exactly.
Understandable. You guys need anything
Is it not
else?
is it not a storyteller's duty to come into contact with all manners of stories?
He said duty.
I'm just at this point with the conversation gonna go outside to my wolf that I didn't bring inside to scare people.
If you guys need anything, I'll be at the bar laughing my ass off. Enjoy your
I'll be
evening.
right here laughing our asses off.
Sounds about right.
What? Why is everyone laughing? This is a very serious matter. I'll have you know.
We'll go to the library in the morning, Lucius. I'll also see about the 50 Shades of Blue, Green, and Red for you.
50 Shades of Blue, Green, what?
It's a series.
Why would there be a book about the different shades of... You know what? I'm going to give it a chance. I'll give it a chance.
Oh, you'll give it more than that, my friend.
Rook is just like has to put her beer down, like crying on the table.
Frank's just drinking Henrietta's.
I love that Frank drinks. It's great.
I see that Miss Rook truly understands the importance of my quest. Hold your tears, Miss
Something
Rook. Only cry for me once I have fulfilled this
She makes kind of a silent, squeaking, strangled sound, her face starting to turn like a little blue under the green, like she can't breathe, and then like takes a sudden gasp of air and just falls out of her chair.
Lucius, it's definitely a rabbit hole. You're gonna fall down.
I've been in a lot of holes. Never a rabbit hole, though.
Rook is just on the floor wheezing.
Yeah, no, I'm down for the count at that point.
What? Why is everyone... Please stop laughing. Please. You know what? If everyone's going to be laughing, I'm going to take the time to go upstairs and head to bed.
I'm gonna ask Dietrich what he thinks of the smell of the second tent.
I smell it.
Smells like Jägermeister. It's earthy, but has like that medicinal herb smell to it now.
It smells like licorice flavored medicine. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
So you say I should probably find something sweet to add to it?
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Still try to make it taste good. It's a great trip.
It was a great trip.
The next fall.
I'm actually gonna pour maybe half a shot
Okay.
to take a taste.
Oh, okay. So do you want to take like a sip out of it?
Yeah, we'll do that just to see.
Okay.
Exactly. Trip exactly one ball.
Yeah, you definitely it tastes better. It tastes like medicine now. It doesn't taste like mushroom broth.
Okay.
Yeah, and it still has the same effects on you this time. Very, very subtle. Very subtle tripping effect.
I got to figure out a sweet flavor to go with this. Any of you into cooking? Or
Yeah, I used to observe the ship's cook on most of the voyages I was on. I picked up a thing or two.
do you have
And
any
I can't promise I'm great at it, but
suggestions of what kind of sweet thing to find to put in this?
hmm. Um, can I just make a general wisdom check to see if I would have a suggestion?
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 5, so that's a 7. So, I
You're
have
drawing a blank. The beer went straight to your head after only eating
no
rations for like
idea.
several days.
Ask me, yeah, ask me in the morning when I'm sober.
Okay. Put it back in my pack. At that point, I'm gonna go up to, or I'm gonna ask the barkeep how much a room was.
Before you do that, Farzu, I think I should probably tell you all something.
Oh,
Uh, last night, when Henrietta and I were speaking, I remember I told you how this amulet works. I can just ask my patron a yes or no question
yeah.
once a day. I asked it about if it would be a good idea to go to this dwarven capital so that Henrietta could find out more about her stone,
Mhm.
whether there'd be good results if we went there. And they told me in no uncertain terms, no.
Mm. So, have you told Henrietta yet?
Oh, I assumed we were all like sitting around
Yeah.
the table.
Sitting right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, like we won't find anything out, or no, like it's a bad idea.
I just asked, will there be good results? And it wasn't uncertain. It wasn't, it depends. It was a straight up no.
Well, where else
That
would we
said, the same
go?
patron told me that we'd be rewarded if we brought these refugees back here, which I suppose might end up being true in a technical sense, but I was kind of hoping for a warmer reception.
I mean, we've only been here like a couple hours.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what tomorrow brings. I don't trust these bureaucrats.
So should I keep asking about, see if I can find someone I know who knows who might know how to read the stone?
So
Or should I put that on hold right now?
is the stone something I can read with comprehend languages or no?
So this is this is where it gets weird. Because theoretically yes, but also no.
So it's like runes.
So we
that have like a
so like above game,
magical effect.
it is ancient dwarvish, but together as a whole, the item does have a magical effect. So yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, hold up. Let me
Yeah, and it's above game.
let me
It's no,
double check the ruling real quick.
yeah, and above game, it's no problem if you just want to say
Yeah.
the answer is no because then there's no quest. So no, comprehend languages doesn't work on this. Like, okay, that's fine. You're the DM. I was just making sure we were covering all the bases.
Fair. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't work how I thought it did, but yeah, no.
Do I need to cast comprehend languages in order to try, or can I just look at it and know that it won't work? Not that that really matters because we're about to go to sleep. But
Make an Arcana check. If she pulls the stone out, you can actually look at it. She hands you the stone, apparently.
you want to give me guidance on this? I'm gonna need it.
Sure.
Nope. That is I rolled an 11 for a dirty 10.
Would I be able to help with that, or
Yeah, you can give him advantage on it because you have a proficiency on Arcana, right?
I do?
So yeah, you can give him numbers.
Second roll was lower, so 10.
You have no idea.
I'll cast comprehend languages on it anyway and just see what happens.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Perhaps I will get a clue.
Yeah, I will. Give me a minute, because I totally forgot. Comprehend languages works like that. Yeah, it doesn't work like. Oh, you also understand any written language that you see.
Yeah,
Um,
seeing and hearing.
so it has writing on all four sides. It's just like letters and numbers. It doesn't make a word.
I'll just point out the letters and numbers to Henrietta.
Okay.
Um, are they all the same letters and numbers on each side, or is it different?
Nope. Doing it right now.
Okay. It looks like some kind of code.
Interesting.
It spells hard. I think getting to the bottom of this is going to be pretty hard. It does say hard right on it. I don't know.
Brooke starts giggling again.
Completely accidental when I made it.
Sure it was.
Oops.
Well, let's not let Lucius near this stone.
As Lucius just pops out a note. No, just kidding.
No, you're in bed.
All right, all right.
Metagaming motherfucker. Kidding. Does anybody else want to do anything before you guys go to bed?
I'm gonna go grab an extra pint for bed.
There's still beer in the containers at the table.
I'm gonna fill my pint up, and I'm gonna find out how much it is for a room for the night.
Yep.
So
I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty sure no one even asked about a room for the
Right.
night.
grab a refill as well.
It's a gold for an individual room. There's also rooms that have like 4 beds in it. It would basically be like 2 silver a piece. You guys could split if you wanted to instead. And it's 8 gold for the 2 gallons of beer.
I'll pay 3 gold for a room for myself and 2 for the what we owe.
Much appreciated. And I hand you a room key.
So what's
How
the
about
total amount we owe?
8 gold for the 2 things of beer. And then it depends on
About-
what you
And then-
guys do for the room. So now 6 gold because far as you paid 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a room.
Okay.
So, anyone want a roommate to save money? I don't bite.
Sure.
Henrietta's gonna opt for a room for her and Frank on their own.
Okay.
And
She'll-
I'll get one for Rook and myself.
Is it 2 silver per person? Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 silver per person.
Okay. And I'll toss in 2 gold for the beer.
Okay.
I'll toss in 2 gold for the beer also.
I'll toss in the last 2.
Okay. Easy enough to do. You guys hit your long rest buttons. Do y'all want to?
Let's ask Dietrich a question before they go to sleep, though.
Okay.
Can you ask your amulet thingy if what are they called? Sorry, I am prepared. If the shadows or the assailants, if they are safe to ask about our hard rock. They're the dwarven gangs in this area. They're most of my contacts. So them's who I would be going to next if we want to try and find out what the rock says.
Certainly. You said the names are the
The
assailants
shadows, the shadows, and the
shadows.
assailants. It's 2 gangs. I kind of work with both of them.
I'll grab my amulet and asking, and I'll ask it out loud for Rook's benefit.
Okay. It gets hot. You ask for both gangs, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
it
so
gets hot.
I'll ask would there be sorry, what exactly was your question? Like, can we trust them, or
Is it safe to
like
ask them?
right, is it safe to ask the shadows and the assailants about Henrietta's stone?
It gets hot.
Well, they say yes.
I guess if you want. After will we get a check in with the Port Authority tomorrow? Anyway, as soon as I have the chance, I'll seek out some of my contacts. Oh yeah, and probably could find a fence for that extra mithril too.
Yeah, we do need to sell the mithril. And the hides we took off the bears.
I got the hides.
Yeah, I can definitely see what I can do there too. All right, thanks. Good night, Dietrich.
Good night.
All right, you all can hit your long rest buttons once again.
Do you smell that?
It's bacon.
That's the smell of the fresh morning, which means an open library. Which means just kidding.
No, it's bacon.
He's
It's
not that.
definitely
He's
bacon
not.
downstairs.
Yeah, he's not that dedicated to the book.
It's bacon down. It's bacon downstairs. It's what you smell. Not a book.
Okay.
But anyway, you all wake up to the wonderful smell of breakfast. Cooking downstairs at the tavern.
I'll already be down there because I don't really need to sleep. Sitting in a corner.
It's 2 silver for the breakfast buffet.
Is there coffee?
There is coffee.
I shall put down 2 silver.
Nice.
Oh, well
Sitting
worth
over
it.
there with it.
Yeah. So there's eggs, bacon, sausage, fried potatoes. It's a normal fare.
I wonder if bacon grease would make this taste any better.
I think it might dilute the solution, unfortunately.
I'm kidding. Bacon makes everything taste better.
Rub some bacon
Brooke
on
will
it.
go for the
Bacon
buffet.
does. Bacon does, but not the bacon grease.
Rub some bacon on it. Okay.
Better idea. We wrap the drink with bacon.
What?
Emrys, how was your night?
Sat down here most of it. Don't sleep.
Is that by choice, or I don't really understand elves.
I meditate a little bit and then spend the rest of the night doing whatever I please.
That sounds like fun.
Most of the time. I mean, me and my wolf make some heads roll.
Point of clarification: did you
things.
stay inside or did you stay outside with the cart last night?
Inside, and I paid for a
Okay.
room, and my wolf was with me.
Okay. I just wanted to ask. Okay.
While Rook's having breakfast, she asked the barkeep, by the way, since I was gone for a couple days, anything interesting happen around town? Were people still disappearing? Did it stop? Or anything else weird happen?
It was still going on, and then like 3 or 4 days ago, people stopped posting stuff here about people going
The
missing.
job offers stopped coming up?
Yeah, and I've stopped seeing people post, missing persons or asking me to post missing persons on the board. The board got kind of full. Huh. There was something else I can't remember.
Can I go over and look at the board
Yeah, you can.
at all the missing persons notices?
Mm-hmm.
And can I just take them? Just any missing persons notice,
Yeah, you can take them. There's
so
a stack.
just so we have a record of like whose family is offering how much.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing that's happening is the prince is coming for a visit.
Prince of what?
The kingdom you're in?
I imagine they're keeping his itinerary hush hush.
They are.
But I don't know, above game, is this like a regular thing? Like, has this happened before in Rook's lifetime, or is it
It's
or is it
rare.
like an annual thing?
It's
Okay.
rare for the Dwarven Prince to leave their kingdom, but it's not like above that.
Okay.
You know, typically it happens when the leadership is about to change, but they just united all three kingdoms. So the timing is a little auspicious.
Auspicious
Yeah,
or suspicious?
Well, a little bit of both. Obviously, with the blockade, we're seeing less savory types of ships coming through, so I wonder if it doesn't have something to do with that. That's just my little 2 cents.
Thanks for the info. When did you first hear about this?
One of the criers was talking about it like 2 days ago.
Okay, so it's not a secret.
No, it's not. Everything else is, as far as I know.
All right, cool. Thanks for the update.
He'll pull out a piece like a rasher thing of bacon raw and throw it at Emerus's wolf. Good doggy. I don't want that thing
Just
on
see
my
him
bad
sitting
side.
down there gnawing.
I don't want that thing on my bad side. Can you blame me?
He won't be on your bad side.
That
Kind of
bites
listens to what I
people's
say.
heads off. But yeah, that's what's gone on.
Cool. Brooke will get more coffee and return to let the others know that an esteemed personage, the Prince of the Dwarves, will be visiting soon.
Who?
Is that the same? Can't be the one, right?
Which one?
The one we killed?
No, that was the Prince of the Dwergar. This is the Prince of the Dwarven Kingdom.
There's too many damn days.
That's what she said.
That's exactly what she said.
I want to say it.
Yeah, after Tuesday, I was like, yeah. Anywho. After you guys have breakfast, what are you doing?
I'm gonna ask where I can sell these bear hides at.
One of the crafters down in Farmill might use it for like leather straps for things.
Which way is that?
All the way on the other end of town. It's like an hour. Yeah. It's a lot.
This town's big.
It is.
Mm.
Port City. For Dwarven Empire. Kingdom.
I guess I'm going to start my track that way. I'll catch up with you guys later.
Good luck.
Is he gonna be okay on his own?
I mean, the kidnapping stopped.
I just mean, if he's not familiar with his way around, he might get lost.
In mind.
He seems to have a good sense of direction.
All right.
Above game, there's also only one main road that goes through town.
Oh, okay.
It would explain the traffic.
Yeah. There's like one road that goes into town square, and then there's one road that goes down, and there's branch roads off of it.
So, Rook, did you want to go ask these associates of yours about this stone we have? Do you want to take Henrietta with you?
I mean, it depends on how secret Henrietta wants to keep the stone. We don't have to, show him the stone itself, but
If you're interested, Henrietta, we asked my patron last night if it's safe to ask these folks about the stone, and my patron said it was.
Oh,
I, again, with the caveat of I have no fucking clue who my patron is. But they usually don't steer me wrong.
she looks at Frank and like doesn't even have to say anything, and he's just like, well, I mean, if they said that the going to the capital was a bad idea, not gonna help, then what we gotta lose with this? I mean, we gotta figure this shit out, right? Of course, you guys don't hear any of that, but she's like, okay.
I forget.
So if you,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
so if you two are going to do that, I think I'll head back to the Port Authority and see about going to collect some of these rewards. And I hold up my big stack of flyers.
I'm gonna actually transform into a wolf and take my wolf with Dietrich, and yeah, we're gonna accompany him.
I do think at some point today I need to take Lucius to the library.
I think we should all be together for that. That sounds too entertaining to miss.
Okay, I would be interested to see if they have any new titles I haven't read yet.
Oh, do you want to meet back here at a specific time?
Let's say lunchtime?
Uh,
Midday?
I'm just wondering if that'll be enough time to.
Well, I think that's enough time to go the places you need to go, ask the questions you need to ask. Then we can reconvene and talk about what the answers were.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. So we'll meet back here high noon. And above game, Rai.
Yes.
Uh
Who are you going to?
well, first I wanted to ask, when the symbol that was on the Dwergar prince's ring,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned that I had seen that before.
Yes.
Do I remember the individual or individuals who had been wearing it?
Make an intelligence check.
Oh boy. Whoops. That's a 9.
Nope.
Okay. I guess I'll go to the shadows first. Sort of, I can identify them by their tattoos, and I imagine I know where their usual haunts are as well. So, um, or sorry, actually, before we leave, Lucius, do you have anything you wanted to you had in mind before you go to the library? Or do you want to maybe come with us?
You're muted.
He is muted.
Unless he's not there.
I have no idea. Anyways.
Um, Sorry.
So I was gonna say, if they know some things about some things that are important to like the stuff that you know about the bad things that we learned, maybe just having you there if you like recognize anything about the you know what, especially if like they know anything about the runestone, because you like know shit. The only caveat being we're going to some the underbelly of the city. But if any of them know anything about your big scary ancient evil, do you want to be there in case you recognize anything they're talking about?
Sure. I'll follow.
All right.
Okay, so just so I have this right, Barzu's gonna go sell the hide. Emrys in wolf form is going with Dietrich and his wolf to the Port Authority. Lucius Rook and Henrietta are going to... Which one? The Assailant or the Shadow?
We'll go to the shadows first.
Okay. Easy enough to do. Because they are in the barrow, let's do that first. We'll do it by how far everybody has to walk. Going directly to their hideout? Or trying to find one of your contacts?
Find one of my contacts. Walking up to their front door seems a little forward.
Fair. Make an investigation check, please.
Do investigation. 11.
Okay. It takes you like a good 35, 40 minutes checking some normal spots they hang out in before you find one of your dwarven buddies in the cloak of the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting at a stool at a bar drinking at about 10:30 in the morning.
As you do.
Yeah. See you walk in, a corner of their eye. So, what's
Hey.
up?
Well, funny story. No, you heard. I was looking into some of the disappearances lately, and
Yeah, the ones that stopped recently too.
yeah. So I'm sure you were all devastated that I was gone for a couple days or 2 weeks. But yeah, they got me too while I was snooping around, and turns out there it was quite an operation in the mountains run by the Dwergar, which
So
I know
they're
might be hard to
not
believe.
dead. Interesting.
No, they're not. The ones that ran afoul of us are now, but they're definitely up to something, and they needed bodies for it.
Interesting.
But glad to hear from you and from some of the barkeep this morning at the Rusty Axe that the disappearances have stopped. It's good to get back to normal here in the Barrow.
Yeah.
Say, do you know anyone who's looking for to buy some good quality mithril?
Depends. Is it stamped with the seal
Was it? I don't remember.
of one of the royal families?
Of the dwarves? Was it? I don't remember.
It was not. It was just blank bars.
We found it the Dwergar, and they're just blank.
So it can be shipped out without any tax on it.
Yeah.
Interesting. How much are we talking? Above game, how many bars are left?
Above game, I don't remember.
Lucius was keeping track of that.
Yeah.
I think we sold like 5 pounds in Rock or in Rock Hall.
We
We have like
currently still have wait, did oh, 1 second. Ah, there it is. We sold 5 pounds. I don't think I changed the pounds.
Yeah, you
And we
guys
sold it. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
Hold up 1 second. I actually still have my note. I write everything from this individual session on a note card and keep them stacked. Give me 1 second to go through it.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys sold 5 bars, so you still have 45 left. Above game, y'all, I believe you
That
also
was-
still have the ore too.
I thought we had 60, so shouldn't we have 55 left?
Oh yeah, you have 55.
So it's 60 pounds.
It
Wait.
should be 55 pounds now.
Okay,
Just
55 pounds.
Yeah, just
okay.
because that's how we're keeping track of it to make it easier.
Just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, we got 55 pounds plus some raw ore too.
Unmarked, so not taxable, not traceable either. They get caught, which is good.
Yep.
Street price for stamped mithril, even with taxes, is like 52 gold block. Unstamped. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that for a second. Because that's rare. That's old mithril. Or new mithril that just wasn't made by the dwarves. Huh. Right buyer. Going on the right ship in the right direction. 65 gold a bar.
Cool. Let us know if you know a specific buyer.
I'll ask quietly around.
Of course. And trying to remember who all in your organization. You got any antiques aficionados? And specialize in old dwarven goods.
Well, you know, Boss Lady collects artifacts from the original dwarves, but other than that, I can't really think of anything.
Is she someone Rook would have had the privilege of meeting before, or would she not deal with a goblin?
You have definitely seen her in passing, but you haven't had a conversation.
Okay, but also I would recognize her.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, if you might be able to arrange a meeting for me and my friends with her sometime in the next day or two.
That could certainly be arranged. For certain. Anything else interesting I need to know about, or you need to know about?
I don't know. Heard anything interesting happen around town like the last week or two while I was gone, other than the disappearances stopping?
Legitimate, bless them. pirate ship that ran the blockade pulled into port down at the South
Oh.
Docks.
And I heard the esteemed Prince of the Dwarves will be in town soon. Does that have anything to do with the pirate ship, you think, or just coincidence?
I think it's just coincidental timing. Everybody else has their theories.
Mm.
Might be talking with the Port Authority about the blockade that's still in place, but no confirmed information.
Do you all have any theories about the prince's visit? What that might be about?
If we do, I am not in those privileged conversations.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's pretty much everything for me right now.
Perfect.
We are. I got some new friends on my little misadventure to the mountains, and we will be staying at the Rusty Axe for the time being. So you'll be
Perfect.
able to find us there.
Perfect. Okay.
And I will introduce Henrietta and Lucius.
Pleasure.
Hello, hello.
It's interesting friends.
Yep. They were certainly taking a wide variety of people, kidnapping, and I know I was sticking my nose in all the wrong places, but they got this bunch too, and it's been a pretty diverse group. Actually, we brought some of them back with us. We found some of the prisoners. They're checking in with the Port Authority now, but if there were any of yours, hopefully they'll be coming home soon.
The town crier was yelling about it down the main drag this morning.
Wow, the news got here that quickly.
I mean, 40 people out of nowhere thought dead.
The Port Authority got the news out that quickly.
I mean, of course.
Glad to hear.
Of course. Everybody was, the town guard's useless. Everybody knows that. You all went to them. It was a win for them. So.
Cool. Well, we'll be waiting to hear from you.
Excellent. Well, if you all ever need anything, any of you, you know where to find us. In the shadows.
Is the Raven Queen there too?
God, no. Anyways.
Is Jackal there?
No, but most of our party is there dead.
Listen,
Ryan, Ryan's really pissed off that I just reminded him that Jackal exists.
Yeah, I kind of am. Although to be fair, that was the meanest combo I have ever thrown in terms of spells as a DM.
That was so fucked up, but it was great.
Anyway.
Petrify and disintegrate. Hell of a 1-2 punch.
Ooh.
Automatic failed dexterity saving throws, baby.
Oof. Need a dustpan shit.
Yeah. So with that, are you guys going back to the tavern to wait?
Yeah. Does that sound good to you two? Do you want me to see if maybe the other gang, I can never remember these, the assailants, if they know anybody who might be able to get us a better price for that mithril? Or you think we're good with was it the 65?
I think that's more of a question for Dietrich. He seems to be the one very concerned with that.
All right. Well, we'll let him know, and then I guess if he wants to hit up the other group, then he can come with me next time. So yeah, sure, let's go back.
Okay. To Dietrich and Emrys now, as you all are having this conversation, they happen to arrive at the Port Authority.
We'll head in and see if we can get like the 2 officials we were promised, and then go out and collect as many of these rewards as we can.
Um, a different person working the front desk when you all arrive. The hubbub with all the people in the entry place went out. Yes, hello. How may I help you?
Hi, we were here last night. We're 2 of the people who rescued all those folks from the nasty business
Kind of like
that
leans
you
over at
probably
the
heard
desk
about.
and looks at the dogs.
I'll shift out for a second, wave, and then shift right back.
I forgot you were in dog form. That's hilarious.
Ah. Yeah, we were expecting you first thing this morning. But the Port Authority, we called in some extra help this morning. We walked all of the people home and collected the reward.
Oh, wonderful.
Let me go back and get it for you.
Much obliged.
All right, thank you.
I'll shift back out and look over at Dietrich. Well, that went better than I thought. I didn't think they were just going to give up money for us.
Well, now that the whole town knows, I'm sure they'll want to make some kind of show of it.
I'm not one to be a puppet or paraded around now. It's not going to happen.
She'll come back around with like a decent sized like leather pouch bag. So it was between the 38 people. Most of the bounties were for what the family had, which was 10 or 15 gold. Some of them were 5. It totaled 370 gold. And the Port Authority treasurer decided that since you did provide a great service, that we would pay you all 150 gold. So I believe that comes out to 520. And here it is.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Guess we'll just head back out onto the street.
Didn't think it was gonna be that easy, huh?
Well, I mean, are we in a
Yeah.
position? Are we in a position to bargain? Doesn't
Probably not.
really seem like we are.
Um, on the way back to, by the way, on the way back to the tavern for Rook.
Sorry, but right before we leave, when they give us the money, I'll just like make some kind of passive aggressive comment to the clerk, like, well, it's good to know that 520 gold is what you think 40 people are worth. And then we'll
I
just
like
go.
spit her coffee back and look out at you like. I don't get paid enough to deal with that. I'll just take another sip of coffee. I need Lucius, Henrietta, and Rook to make a perception check.
I will use my passive of 20.
Okay.
Does this include hearing or smelling?
I would say yes. You have advantage on that because of Frank, don't you?
Well, Frank has advantage on that.
Ah, yes. All right.
So he got 15.
Okay.
I got jack
Lucius?
shit.
I have rolled a fat, delicious, thick, scrumptious
It's a
2.
2. There it is.
That was it was literally 2. Well, it's I rolled
I was
it
like,
so
I
it's
was
5.
like this. I was like, this is either a 1 or a 2.
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay. Thank you guys. Farzu, when you get down to the far mill, you do find several leatherworking shops.
I'm going to see what they will offer.
Hmm. Just the first one. Just the first one you pass.
Yeah.
Hmm. Going to investigate it. Nat 20 for a 20. It's, not perfect or pristine, but thick. What is this? What type of hide is this?
Bear.
Oh, interesting. Don't get a lot of it through here.
Cave bear, actually.
You all were up north.
Hmm?
Fun. Fun. I'll give you 32 gold a hide.
I'll take it.
Okay. Pull out a gold pouch and put 96 gold on the table. Come across any more interesting hides, make sure you come back.
Will do. Do you know anywhere where I can maybe learn how to skin something better?
I mean, we have, not off the top of my head, to be honest. I mean, most of us just tan and make the stuff. We don't necessarily skin it ourselves.
Do you know where I can get a skinning dagger?
Hmm, maybe one of the blacksmiths here?
Okay.
Cool. There's one just, down the street and around the corner.
Okay. I'll go check the blacksmith.
So, I'll be right back. Sorry. So the driveway's on the other side of the house, but there was a light coming through the crack in my window, like it was a headlight coming up. It's like, what the hell? Apparently the neighbors are looking for something with a giant flashlight in their front yard. Weird. Anyways. Yeah, it's easy enough to find a skinning dagger. At
Okay,
the
how
blacksmith.
much?
It's 2 gold.
2 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll buy one.
Okay.
What I put in for equipment?
I would just say add a dagger and edit the name of it. I can do it for you too.
Okay, cool.
And then you're heading back.
The fruit. Something sweet.
Yes. Cool. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Just something sweet for my drink.
Yeah, you get to the market probably around 11:30 because it does take time, and you get to the South Docks. Most of the vendors by this point, because they've been open for about 6 hours now, are sold out of most everything. What was that?
Yeah, right. Okay, I head back to the tavern.
Okay. All right. Dietrich and Emrys are the first to arrive, followed shortly by Rook, Henrietta, and Lucius, followed about 5 minutes late by Farzu. As the 7 of you gather in the tavern.
Just take out the sack of gold and plunk it down on the table.
Also, you guys realize at this point you have not seen Ragnar since last night. Like, he was there when you guys went to bed, and you just haven't seen him since.
Did we leave him? God, I feel like an asshole.
You hear
What
Frank
now?
in your head, you look like one too.
I just smile at Frank. I'm like, well, he knows where we were heading. I'm sure he'll make his way here eventually.
Making her way.
Okay.
Mr. Emrys, can't you search for him? Maybe.
Yeah, why try to find someone who ran off? He'll be back.
Hmm.
Who knows how long it'll take him, but he'll find his way, hopefully. Or we'll find him, I guess.
Perhaps.
Well, at any rate, so if we divide this up, it's 74 gold per person, and then we have 2 gold left over.
You just hear kind of from the bar.
Farzu,
You could always tip the bartender.
we'll tip the bartender 2 gold.
Yes.
Would you say 74?
74.
My word, we have a lot of money.
So
Nope.
this is actually really
We actually do not.
No, not by any means.
We do not have any money. Can we please rob a vampire bank?
We are poor.
yeah. So above game, I hate how D&D 5th edition does money with a gold piece equaling like 5 gold, equaling like $100. So it's kind of more like gold is a $5 piece and silver is like $1 piece, and then copper is like a quarter, basically. So you rarely see it.
Sorry, I missed on how much.
74.
74 gold each.
All right.
Remember session 1 when Lucy just plopped down 100 gold for 2 healing potions and walked out the fucking door?
Yes. All right.
And everyone was like, "Oh my god, this chick is loaded."
What are you guys doing with the rest of your day?
So I'll ask everyone else what they were able to find out, and I'll just assume that you told me everything that happened because I obviously heard it.
Mhm.
Yeah, so what
Or go ahead.
I was gonna say, Dietrich, what does he think of the price for the mithril that they offered? Should I ask the assailants if they know anyone, just in case we can find a better deal, or do you think that's as good as we're gonna get?
Well, when we were back in Rockhall, it was like pulling teeth getting that blacksmith to give us as much as 50 a pound.
Mhm.
65 is more than I thought we were going to get. Maybe if we talk to this other group, we could start a bidding war and try to drive it up a little bit. But if you want to take the 65, that's fine with me too. That
Above game, he said 60 to 65.
60 to 65.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, that still seems fine.
All right. Well, they're gonna send someone when they find a specific buyer, and then I guess in the meanwhile, you seem to be better with people than me. So if you want to try and come with me to talk to the other group, to see if you can get a better price, then sure. But otherwise, we got a buyer more than likely. So,
Oh, happy to do it, whatever you need.
all right. Well, I mean, if he needs the money, this is already more than I ever seen in my life. So,
How'd you make out with those furs, Farzu?
35?
32.
32. 32 per hide.
How many hides were there?
3.
It's 96.
Yeah.
So that would be 90. Yeah, that would be 13 a person with 5 left over.
Okay.
I'd be fine with letting Farzu have the extra 5 since he did the skinning.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I did pick up a skinning knife, so hopefully next time we find some creatures, I can skin them a bit easier.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
Skinning was survival, right? Above game?
Yep.
So I need to figure out a way to get proficiency in survival.
Mm-hmm.
When
There are rules for
you're
that in Tasha's. I'll look it up after session.
Okay.
well, and when your intelligence goes up, you can just take it under
Oh.
high-rise house rule.
Yep.
Oh,
Also
so
true.
I can just take it now because I +4 to intelligence now.
Yeah, if you
Oh
haven't
yeah,
taken your if you haven't taken your
didn't take
proficiency,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
only took the 3 that you told me to take before.
Yeah. So without proficiency, it would have given you a +3 bonus, but with proficiency, it gives you advantage. So the skinning knife.
Okay.
It's a pretty good deal. So what are you guys doing?
Shall we head to the library?
Yes.
Heard there are some shades of primary colors we need to investigate.
I suppose so. I still I could go alone, you know. This really isn't a big deal.
I put a hand on Lucius's shoulder and I look him in the eye and I get dead serious for a second and I say, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take your friends with you."
Uh, all right. Sure. Mm.
And then I just crack a smile.
I need everyone to make perception checks, please.
Passive 19.
Okay.
From 2 to 19, 22.
22, okay.
Does Frank have
Dirty
advantage?
20.
Frank does have advantage.
19.
Frank got a natural 20 for 23.
I'll use my passive of 20.
As you guys... 23 for Frank?
Yeah.
As you guys are finishing counting your money and talking about what to do next and going to the library, Frank's ears perk up. And he'll look towards the front of the bar, which will alert you, Henrietta. Are you going to kind of alert everybody else as well?
What's up, little guy?
He'll,
Because something's got Frank's attention.
he'll be like, who just walked in?
Guys who just walked in.
Ew.
Hopefully it's Ragnar.
Invisible?
They're,
I go to look.
they're
Right.
not invisible. You guys can
Okay.
see there are 4 people with heavy like full four dwarves, full length like the full length heavy crossbows on their back. This like neutral gray stone cloak with like this silver inlay work in it. At the center there is a dwarf that's a little bit taller than them. Underneath his hood that he has up, you just see this bright red braided beard. Pulls it back, bald, shaved, except for like a mohawk that is also braided and goes down his back and has deep onyx eyes.
So he's Dark Iron.
Pretty much. I believe we need to have a conversation.
Do any of them have tattoos?
Not that you can see.
Wait, they come up to us?
Super low D. Actually, yeah, make an
Any of
intelligence.
them
Huh?
are any of them hot?
The one who pulled his head off is if you like beards and braided mohawk, objectively attractive.
Dietrich's down for whatever.
I thought that was Nathaniel.
Make an intelligence check.
It's a little of both.
General intelligence check, Rook. With advantage.
Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage?
Just to make it
Okay.
even easier.
Uh-oh.
10.
You're racking your brain because this person looks familiar. Not because you've seen them before based off the description. And you realize this is Anvilthrain, who's the leader of the Resolute.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Dang, you gotta pull this shit on us. All right, okay.
All right.
How do we level up?
Yeah, you guys leveled up like halfway through that. You guys leveled up when you got to town, but
Okay.
Cool.
So
welcome to.
I'm gonna roll my D8.
Yeah, while I find somebody to raid.
Now I'm rolling my D8 for another level of rogue.
Heck yeah! Is anybody?
Let's
Oh, this is the
roll a seven.
multi-class. This is the multi-class level for Farzu. I'm excited. I'm excited. I always wanted a wizard at my table. We'll see you guys next Monday for episode 38 of Sawyer's 7. And we'll see you guys next week again on Wednesday for see what happens on this in this campaign. Night, guys. Bye.